smile. Hello and welcome to the 25th Annual Screen Actors Guild Awards. I'm USA Today's Andrea Mandel.
I'm Brian Alexander.
We are here live on the red carpet. It's actually a silver carpet today for the 25th anniversary, because what do you get? The actor on this occasion.
Absolutely, I think silver is just got a nice little glamour to it.
This
bigger than red.
So this silver carpet is hopping. We just saw Margot Martindale. We have a cast member from The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel about to roll up to us, Michael Zegen. He plays Mr. Maisel. But first, let's just talk about how are the SAG Awards a little bit different from the rest of the award shows?
It's the Screen Actors Guild Awards, so this is all about the actors. There's no Best Picture. There's just simply a Best Ensemble. That's how they give their Best Picture award. This is all the actors in the Screen Actors Guild voting for fellow actors. So.
And that matters when we get to the Oscar race.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about why?
Well, obviously, with each winner, it gives a certain amount of momentum and visibility as looking like a winner, but also the actors are a major voting block in the Academy, and you get a sense of where they're looking and what movies are really moving them. We'll see that tonight.
But let's start first with a peek onto the red carpet, because I spy Michael Zegen from Mrs. Maisel. Hi, Andrea Mandel from USA Today.
All right.
Nice
Good.
to see you.
Nice to see you.
We spoke at the Globes. Now we're back.
Yes.
Schmoozing.
So many awards shows. I'm a little confused. Where am I right now?
So you play Mr. Maisel on The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. But I want to know first, what was it like? What has it been like doing the award circuit for this show? Because it's so popular and it's so critically beloved.
It's cool. I'm not gonna lie. Because we knew that we had something special when we were filming it, but we didn't know that it was going to be so universally liked. And I do mean universally, because I've had people come up to me from different countries telling me that they watched the show and how people in their country love the show, and I'm like, really? Because
They ever yell at you thinking that you're the character?
Yeah. Yesterday, somebody said, "I love hating your character." Which actually,
You cheated on Mrs. Maisel.
I know, but get over it. Come on. I played Bugsy Siegel on Boardwalk Empire, and people come up to me all the time and tell me how much they loved my character on that. I was a stone cold killer. And this, they can't get over, that I cheated once with my secretary.
With Penny.
With Penny Pan, yeah.
If I could ask you, what's it like to get the SAG Award love here, especially this year for season 2?
I mean, it's always nice to be recognized by your peers, and hopefully they vote accordingly. But
no, last year there wasn't that kind of love that you're getting this year. I mean,
we were new last year, and I think our show had come out like a week before the nominations were announced. So the SAGs made a mistake, and they've rectified the situation, and I'm very thankful for that.
So we want to know, when you were starting out, what kind of odd jobs did you have to do, like gigs, to just pay the bills?
I worked at my dad's law firm, which I don't know if he's watching right now, but it was not the greatest of jobs. It was probably the worst job I've ever had. And I think he would tell you right now, I was the worst employee he's ever had.
Did you have to file stuff?
Oh, I had to file stuff. I had to answer phones, data entry. It was the worst. It was awful. But he luckily, he would let me leave for auditions. I'd have to come back and make up the time. But that was fortunate.
So when you got Boardwalk or Mrs. Maisel, and you found out, how did you celebrate?
Well, Maisel, I wanted this so badly. And I waited like 3 weeks before I found out I got it. So I didn't want to party too hard because I wanted to learn my lines, and I think we started pretty soon after I found out. So I'm still celebrating. I mean, it's been one big celebration. Every day I come to work is a celebration.
So just before you leave us, for our live audience, is there any sort of little detail you can tell us about Season 3 for those who are caught up, without spoiling the end of Season 2?
Yeah, I have no idea what happens in Season 3. I honestly have no idea.
I don't believe you.
I can't wait. No, people tell me that. I have no idea.
Really?
Yeah, I don't even know if they know yet.
Do you guys start shooting when?
In March.
All right. In
Yeah.
March, we're going to come find him, stalk him for an answer.
I hope so.
So nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So guys, let's talk a little bit about, Brian, if you would, tell us a little bit about who has the most nominations coming into today.
Well, it's all about A Star is Born tonight, and they've got 4 nominations, and that's a really big boost for the film as we head into the final stretch of the Oscars. Bradley Cooper, Lady Gaga, the ensemble cast, and of course the great Sam Elliott in supporting characters. So it's a lot about the stars. Star is Born is definitely looming very large. Likewise, another thing to watch for tonight is going to be the Blunt-Krasinski power couple as they hit the red carpet.
They're my favorite part of this award season.
Yeah, it's going to be great because Emily Blunt is Mary Poppins Returns, and then she slides in and gets the Best Supporting Actress for A Quiet Place. Who saw that coming? Then John Krasinski, of course, they don't give a Best Director because he directed A Quiet Place, but he gets his action star.
Jack Ryan.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, they couldn't be more present this award season, but they're also just very sweet.
Yeah, it's going to be so much fun to see them, and just wondering what they're talking about at breakfast as they're getting ready to go. If they didn't show up, it would be like half the show would not be here.
Seriously. Another thing that we wanted to touch on is that there is no Best Picture, which I think you mentioned before. It's Best Ensemble. And I think that kind of changes the tone in the room when it's called. It's the equivalent of Best Picture. But what does it mean for the Oscar race, for the Oscar Best Picture race, when Best Ensemble wins here?
Well, I think once again it goes to show, first of all, the Best Pictures, the Best Ensemble Cast nominations are all very popular right now, and that's another thing that makes it excited. Black Panther, Crazy Rich Asians, which missed out on a Best Picture nomination.
But they're here. We're going to get them.
Black Klansman, A Star is Born. A lot of these movies we're watching, so that's what makes it interesting. There's not necessarily a direct correlation because some of the films are up for Best Ensemble, but not up for Best Picture in the Oscars. But once again, it does show where the actors who are a significant and very vocal portion of the Academy, where they're thinking about and who they're going to give the love to. So we'll find that out this evening.
And one interesting thing about this show, by the way, we've got some Crazy Rich Asians on the way down the carpet, so hang tight. It's an opportunity, if they win, to give a speech that a lot of voters watch. So all of these shows, that matters. For example, at the Globes, when Glenn Close had this surprise win over Lady Gaga, she got up and gave this powerful speech for her film The Wife. And all of a sudden, like, everybody was kind of ratcheting her up on the probability of winning her first Best Actress win. So it does matter, even though this show maybe isn't as watched as the Globes. It's actually as important, if not more, as we get closer to the actual Oscars.
Yeah, it's a great point about the speeches, and also it's a really interesting point about how The Star is Born. It needs a win in order to continue this momentum, because after having troubles at the Globes, losing out on sort of key races like Bradley Cooper, lost out to Rami Malek, Bohemian Rhapsody, and also Glenn Close beating out Lady Gaga for Best Actress. A Star is Born needs to get some wins and get something under its belt as we head into the final stretch. We'll see if it happens at the SAGs.
So part of the fun of the red carpet is that it's live. And so in real time, we are talking to you guys and taking questions. And also we are talking to the stars as they come down the carpet, but you'll notice I'm like looking over my shoulder the entire time, and it is to kind of lasso friendly celebs over to us. Patricia Arquette is making her way to us as we speak. Escape from Dannemora. Hello. Hi, I'm Andrea Mandel from USA Today. Brian Alexander.
My boyfriend's trying to fix my phone.
I should tell you that we're live.
Oh, hello. Eek.
What's wrong with the phone?
Were you surprised? I feel badly saying this for the East Coasters who are very cold, but it's hot here today, right?
It is hot. Yeah, it's hot.
Escape from Dannemora is just the most incredible show. I'm curious what this ride has been like for you now that it's out there, people have been watching it, and the Critics' Choice Awards, and now we're here.
It's been really exciting. We worked so hard on that project, and it was a big commitment for a very long time, and it was incredible to work with Ben Stiller.
How is he as a director? What's his personality like behind the camera?
Very confident, and he's very, confident and comfortable with the technical aspects, but also really gave us a lot of room to explore the deeper parts of our characters. And I just felt like as a woman, he was very supportive of me and my character and the value of the way that she thought and felt. And to work with Benicio del Toro and Paul Dano, was a dream come true. I felt like I learned something every day at work, and it was like watching them was like watching an incredible play or watching an incredible movie. You see this performance happening in front of your eyes, and it was just mind-blowing to go to work.
I know Brian has a jobs question for you.
Oh, I do, but I first wanted to ask you, your transformation in that character, because I watched the series, and sometimes I'd be like, that cannot be you. What was it like to get into that, and could you actually walk around and people not recognize you?
Yeah, several people who knew me didn't recognize me, and even people in my own family said, whoa, man, you're my sister, and I really didn't see you very much in that. So that was really nice, but you know, when you're gaining that much weight and you're going through your life, it's not something you can just leave at work. So it's funny also how the world looks at you, and that was really interesting.
Yeah.
And she's kind of a depressed person, so carrying that kind of fog around kind of sticks with you a little bit.
Yeah, okay, absolutely. Now we wanted to ask you, this is the SAG Awards.
Yes.
So, that being said, could you tell us, when you were working your way up, what kind of jobs did you have to help support yourself and your fledgling, at the time, acting career?
I worked at Planned Parenthood as a peer counselor. I worked at the Rose Bowl selling popcorn and horns. I was a babysitter. I worked at a juice bar. I worked at a caterer. And then I did some voiceover stuff and different work like that because my dad was an actor. My grandfather was an actor. My great-grandparents were actors. So I always wanted to work in the arts, but I also felt very shy. I wasn't sure if I could push past my shyness.
Well, thank God for that. Final question is, could you talk about a celebration, your greatest celebration when you got a part? Is there a memorable celebration that you had?
Well, I'll tell you a story. After when I got pregnant, I'd only done a couple little things, and then I got pregnant, and I didn't know if I'd have a career to come back to. I didn't really have a giant career. And then I was auditioning, and I wasn't getting any jobs, and so I remember telling my agent, who's still my agent, I have to get back, you know, I have a kid. I have to give up on this acting thing. I went, I applied, I got a waitressing job, and I said, look, I'm smart, I have a little bit of experience, but I'll learn quickly, and I'm good with people, and you won't have to tell me anything twice, and I'll be a good employee. And I have a kid, and I need this job. And so they gave me the waitressing job. And then the next day I got a phone call that I'd gotten this part that I'd auditioned for. So I called them back like, thank you, but I got a part. You know, it's hard to push past your own nervousness and put yourself out there, and you're lucky if you get a job, but when you're a single mom and you're broke and you have a baby to feed, there's nothing like getting a part. It's amazing. Thank you.
Well, congratulations. I hope your phone's fixed.
Oh, I hope so, but it's all right. Doesn't matter.
Enjoy tonight.
I got the boyfriend, so that's all that matters.
Oh my gosh, I love her and I love that show.
Yeah, that's a pretty amazing performance.
Is
Well
it just,
recognized.
is it just me, or do you think that people come to this show in a more relaxed way because they're with their brethren in a way?
Yeah, I think so too, and I think there's sort of this idea that Oscar nominations are out. I think people are hitting sort of a different vibe, and this is the time to celebrate and celebrate among actors. It really is. You know, the show always opens with people talking about their first experience. It's a big celebration. I definitely feel like that comes true.
So we will be on the red carpet, backstage, and in the actual ballroom during the show. So we're going to have eyes everywhere. But first, I'm seeing Joseph Fiennes behind me.
Looks good.
Looks great, as you know him from The Handmaid's Tale, of course, but also Shakespeare in Love, which I always go back to. Hang on, we're going to try to bring him over. This is me, like, being very subtle and coaxing him. Hi. Yeah. So this is kind of how it works. You're seeing
It's interesting
The
to
Secret
see Joseph Fiennes getting a nomination for A Handmaid's Tale. You know, they're up for best ensemble, but at the same time to see him as opposed to some of the other actresses getting the nod, but very exciting. It's great to see him back on the silver carpet.
I really want to know where his character is going to go in season 3. because, I mean, I can't do any spoilers. So I know not everybody's caught up, and I hate when people do that to me. But things got a little crazy at the end of season 2. So we'll see. So let's talk a little bit about what people can expect from this show itself. Because there's always tributes and a Lifetime Achievement Award. And
Alan Alda is going to be really interesting to see him get his Lifetime Achievement Award. I think it's going to be, it's always great because they really do give it to a showbiz veteran as opposed to somebody who might be, sort of 50 or still in their prime. But Alan Alda is 82, I believe, and I look forward to looking back on his career as they'll show back, and it's just going to be it's a nice tribute to an actor who has been so politically minded and also so beloved in the acting community. I think it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, there's always really special moments when that comes in, and when you win here, you don't get an Oscar, you don't get a Golden Globe, you really get a statue of an actor, and it's really heavy.
Yeah.
So on the off year when somebody wins too, like you usually see some like dumbbell action going on backstage.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
All right, let's see if we can entice Mr. Fiennes to come over here.
Yeah, this is we still got at least another hour before showtime, but right about now is where things start getting pretty busy on the red carpet with people arriving.
Yeah, things get cooking like all around us. So
we just saw Amy Adams has already walked through, which is pretty.
And I missed it.
Pretty amazing that she's already made her way to the front.
Yes. So basically, what stars are doing right now is they're arriving to my stage left. They're walking all the way down the silver carpet to get their photos taken. Then they're coming all the way back to do interviews with press. That's because it's hot out and nobody wants to be sweaty for their portraits. So there's some strategy in this insanity. But it's going pretty smoothly so far. I mean, it really becomes more of a circus in what you said about the next hour.
Yeah, and it is cooling down a little bit, but we're also under a very clear tent. So it was having a little bit of a outhouse effect here.
Again, apologies to the East Coast.
Normally you have to deal with sort of like dealing with the too cold. I think today we've got the heat factor and people are dressed appropriately and dealing with it.
All right, we're going to let you take a quick peek at what's going on behind us. Amy Adams is also a double nominee today. Oh, I hope you guys watch Ozark. Hi, Andrea from USA Today.
Nice to meet you.
So just so you know, we are live with the audience.
Live? Oh, I better not say something terrible. I'm kidding.
You can say hello.
Hello, you state. Hi.
So I'm asking a fashion question first because you look amazing. Who are you wearing?
I'm wearing Zach Posen and Harry Winston jewelry.
Can we get a quick look at this? Does that come with a bodyguard?
It did this morning, so yeah.
So where are you guys in filming Ozark right now?
We film in Atlanta. So we are in Atlanta like 6 months.
And are you getting recognized a lot more there now that more people are watching the show?
I mean, a lot more than I ever did before. So yeah, but no, it's so great that people are watching the show. I mean, I can't ask for anything more, and everybody feels the same way. That it's so great, especially it being TV, and there's so much great TV that it's doing this well. It's really amazing.
I know. I keep this running list of things to binge, and it keeps getting longer and longer and longer.
Because there's so much. Yeah.
So we wanted to know today, like, what kind of gigs did you have to take on the side while you were working on your career as an actor, just to pay the bills?
You know what? I was always very lucky. I never had a normal job. I was very, very lucky. I started acting when I was 16. So when I wasn't acting, I was in high school. You know, so I was still living with my parents. I didn't really have expenses. I could do the laundry, eat at home. It was all good. But yeah. And then after I left high school, I never had a normal job.
That's a pretty good thing to not have.
I'm very lucky. So
last but not least, is there anything that goes on the set of Ozark or traditions or even like, I don't know, snacks that we wouldn't know about that happens. It's kind of cool.
Oh God, there's so many weird things that happen on the set of Ozark, but they're so funny and they're so good. Everybody's so close. It's like the list would go on of different weird, like funny situations that happen every day, but it's so good. It's like we're having the best time.
So nice to talk with you. Thank you so much. Nice. Guys, it's really busy. So I know that a lot of people are so into Ozark. I'll tell you a secret, I'm still on season 2, so I'm a little behind. But this is the problem with like peak TV, is that there's so many competing series to watch at one time. Like, how many shows are you currently binging?
Too many to even count. I haven't even gotten to the second season of Fantastic Mrs. Maisel, so I'm very behind.
See? It's not just me. Okay. Let's see who else is here right now. So basically how this carpet works and how all red carpets work is that for the first hour that it's open, people start trickling in. And the second hour, it is a mad dash to your seats. And people just start whizzing by, like just super famous people start whizzing by.
Lady Gaga is no doubt still on her making her last-minute adjustments to her outfit, and then we'll do a sprint down the red carpet toward the end.
So something interesting tonight. I think I'm going to go ahead and predict that I think we're going to see Amy Adams take a trophy home for Vice. One of those reasons is because Regina King has been really moving forward in that race, in the Oscar race for Best Supporting Actress for If Beale Street Could Talk. Curiously, she's not nominated at the SAGs. Nobody really understands why, because it's a beloved role. But Amy Adams for Vice, I think, could gain some momentum here tonight and maybe into the Oscar race.
Yeah, they love Amy Adams. Amy Adams is sort of one of these beloved actresses, so I could easily see her taking that home, especially with Regina not getting the nomination. So we'll see, of course, how it plays out Oscar-wise.
Yeah. So what I can see that you can't see is that Alison Brie from Glow is here with her husband, Dave Franco, not James Franco, which I always think I'm going to say in my mind. It's just going to flip. And then standing on my tippy toes because this. Oh my goodness! Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you. And I'm gonna hand you over to Brian.
Did you just shrink to match me?
No,
You look like
no,
you have hair on the
I did.
top.
I did like.
We adjust to the height of the.
Yeah.
So, can you tell me how this show's a little bit different than other award shows for you?
Well, I mean, I'm sure everybody's going to say this, but when it's your peers, it feels like a special thing. But honestly, I've only been to one awards show before this season, so it's all new and exciting to me.
Can you tell us a little behind the scenes gossip?
Gossip? I mean, I don't know if there's a lot of juicy gossip. It's like,
I don't know. You're working with like two legends, and whenever I'm around Michael Douglas and Alan Arkin, I clam up. I don't automatically.
oh yeah, I mean, in
The Kaminsky method.
In the very first table read, I thought I was cool, calm, and then I heard Michael Douglas's voice, and you forget how iconic his voice is, and I was like, it just sort of all hit me. I'm like, I'm in the show, he's playing my dad, like it all hit me in that moment. Luckily, they're both lovely human beings, or else it would be so intimidating.
Can you fill us in on the next season of the Kaminsky Method?
We're just starting on Tuesday. We're starting shooting. Really? Yeah, so we have tomorrow a little break, and then we start up on Tuesday. I think, there's going to be some new love interests happening for different people, and so I think there's going to be a lot of romance on this season.
Did you get to do any off-screen bonding with Michael Douglas, who plays your father on the Kaminsky Method?
Yeah, not a lot before we started shooting, but with all this award stuff, we've seen each other a bunch. And we actually did a SAG talk in New York, as well as doing one in LA. So we got to go out to dinner beforehand with a few of us, and yeah, he's lovely. I think he's a very paternal guy. So he was like, all these kids are here in New York, I'm going to take them out for dinner. It was really sweet.
So what kind of gigs did you have to take on the side when your acting career was still beginning, just to pay the bills?
Yeah, well, when I first started, I was a receptionist at a graphic design firm. So I was and then they were like, oh, she's kind of smart, so they had me proofread everything for the office. I was the everything girl at the front. So I didn't go the waiting tables route, I went the office route.
At what point did you quit that job and you're like, I'm good?
You know, it was when I decided to move out to LA that I was like, I got laid off from that job. Not fired, laid off, let the record show. But that's what gave me the courage to move to LA. I was like, all right, well, what's holding me here? I don't have a job. I might as well go and give it a try. So thank you. Thank you for firing me. I mean, laying me off.
That's so cool.
Lay off.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
All right, enjoy it tonight.
I don't know if you guys are watching the Kaminsky Method, and of course, it won the Golden Globe.
Kaminsky Method has just sort of popped into everybody's consciousness at the same time. It's pretty amazing.
And it does bring together two legends on screen, and I think people like seeing their chemistry.
Yeah, for sure. And who doesn't love having Michael Douglas and Alan Arkin come to your award show? So here we are. Huh?
Just gonna hand that to you for 1 second. How are you? Andrea from USA Today. This is Brian.
Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you.
So, everybody's been saying that this award show is a little different from the others because it's actors in their own community. Do you feel like there is just like a kindred friendship in the room? Like, is this the kind of place where you run into people and the pressure's off?
So far I do. I don't have anything to compare with it because this is my first award ceremony, actually. My very first. So I can't compare, but I've already felt like with the people that I've met, people that I admire, very friendly, humble camaraderie between people. Yeah, absolutely. That vibe of kind of we're all in this together. It's nice.
And I know that, honestly, the Twitterverse feels the same way about you. I mean, you've been so embraced.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That's been really lovely.
What have the past few months been like for you since that whole kind of controversy bubbled up? Because I know you're here and you're working on different projects.
It's been bizarre. I mean, I was working at Trader Joe's 5 months ago, and still in the career. I was still working. I was still doing occasional things. But since that thing happened at the end of August, I've been involved in 3 films and 3 or 4 television projects and done hundreds of interviews, and my life is completely different. It's not better. I had a good life before all this, but it's certainly more productive in terms of the career that I've chosen and my calling. I've been able to fulfill that a great deal more since all this happened, and so much support, as you said, from people not only in the artistic community but all over the world.
Knowing what you know now, if you could give yourself advice back on that day when that picture went viral, what would you say to yourself, knowing what's happened since?
I would say just trust, be calm and trust. Because when it first happened, I thought it was going to be devastating. I thought it was going to be catastrophic. And as you know, it's been the opposite. So fortunately, that difficult time didn't last very long. It was a couple of hours of humiliation versus the last 5 months of support and love and employment. So it was worth it.
Can you tell us a little bit about the projects you've worked on since?
Yeah, I've been finished a film called Fatale, directed by Deon Taylor. A film called Hide and Seek, directed by Joel Moore. A film that's coming out soon called Impossible Monsters, Nathan Carducci, and a short film called Fizzle, directed by Jeremiah Kipp. Upcoming episodes of Billions that I'm going to be on, and as well as a new show called On Becoming a God in Central Florida. A show
I'm from Central Florida.
Kirsten Dunst.
Oh, it's in Orlando.
Yeah. So, a lot going on. Yeah.
Well, I know that everybody is just very happy for you. And I do want to know, before I let you go, what is your pick for Best Picture this year? What do you love?
I have to go with A Star is Born.
Why?
It is a wonderful, brilliant film. Brilliantly written, directed, and acted. I've seen a lot of good films, but I can't quite imagine anything beating that out.
Right. You heard it here. Thank you so much.
I don't know if I'm right, but we'll see.
So nice to talk to you.
You too.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you. I love him. You guys may remember his photo was taken. He was working at Trader Joe's. It went viral, and people were shaming this wonderful man for having a job when acting wasn't paying the bills. And since then, his career has totally kind of blossomed again, which is really wonderful to see. Heartwarming moments here at SAG. All right, let's see who else is coming down the red carpet, because I was so involved with the talking, I forgot to do some looking. Brian, Do you see anyone?
Well, we just saw.
So we have the kids from This Is Us that are walking down the red carpet. They look adorable. There's also more Mrs. Maisel cast members coming. I saw some Crazy Rich Asian stars, but I think they went to go get their photographs taken. But it's kind of just like a beautiful cluster at the moment. Darren Criss and Lady Gaga, I'm told, have just
I
arrived.
assume they're not together, but they have arrived on the red carpet. This
But
is the
it
kind of
sounds
big
like they
news,
came
yes.
together. They did not come together.
There's a buzz going on the red carpet as Lady Gaga has arrived. You know things are really heating up when Lady Gaga is here. So we've got a bunch of groups that are circling us that are probably going to be stopping by. Wow. That is a dress.
Yeah, I wish I'm doing like a full 360 spin as I'm talking to you guys. But we also want to hear what your favorite films are this award season. You can leave them in the comments on the page. And, you know, it's hard. There's a lot of love for A Star is Born. There's a lot of love for Green Book. Black Klansman is totally gaining steam in Hollywood right now. I mean, it really could be Spike Lee's year, especially for Best Director. There's no Best Director prize here tonight, by the way. This is just about actors.
Yeah, but come Oscar time, that's a movie that's really peaking at the right time. I mean, considering it was released in the summertime, it's really having an amazing renewal come award season, which I don't think a lot of people saw coming to the extent that it did.
All right, we've got the cast. Hi, guys. So, hi. So we are live, actually.
Hello.
You can say hello to the USA Today audience.
Hi, USA Today. What's up?
So we want some gossip from the set of This Is Us, because you guys have the best and coolest, like, parents, TV parents around.
Well, Milo's like a dad, and then Mandy's like the fun aunt. We do Snapchat filters, we play games, and Lonnie and Mackenzie, they're just like my brother and sister. Yeah.
And how do you guys kill time between takes?
We joke around, pretty much. Yeah, we just laugh. We do stupid stuff. We're just chilling.
Now, you guys play sisters on the show. Have you bonded in like a sisterly way, making the show together?
A lot. Like, we've been to the mall and dinner together, and they feel like my real big sisters.
Do you guys still get starstruck? Like, is there anybody here you're like gonna geek out over a little bit?
Well, I already, from the pre-SAG party yesterday, I already was starstruck by Angela Bassett. And, I cried in front of her because it was just so overwhelming. I was like, I'm actually talking to you. Yeah, it was a lot.
What about you? Do you get starstruck by anybody?
Yes, it feels so unreal when you talk to people because you're like, I see them on TV and now I'm talking to them.
That's how I feel talking to you guys.
Thank you.
Well, thank you guys so much. It was so nice to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You guys, there's so many beautiful dresses coming down. I see Michelle Yeoh. I'm going to try to snag her for us.
It's kind of adorable.
They're so adorable. Yeah. They're so adorable. I find child actors to be so like ridiculously like composed. I was not like that at the age of like 9.
No.
Were you?
I'll let you know when I'm like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I see Michelle Yeoh. I'm going to try to get her to come over here. And then I'm looking behind us as well. I'm sorry to keep turning my back to you. I'm just checking out the red carpet. Brian, do you want to talk a little bit about, I don't know, how a spontaneous moment like Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga singing in Vegas together can actually affect an Oscar campaign? Maybe.
No, it's all about the momentum and about the buzz and about what people are talking about with the film, and anything can set it on a film on anything can set a film on fire, whether it's an awards event or likewise two major superstars playing together in Vegas, and amazingly, they will be playing at the Oscars, singing "Shallow," one of the 2 songs that will be sung at the Oscar presentation. Very controversial this year, the new rule for Best Song. not all the best songs will be sung during the show. And that's caused quite a bit of consternation this particular year. Lin-Manuel Miranda actually over the weekend was tweeting about his displeasure. Of course, the song from Mary Poppins is one of the songs that will not be sung. But I think that's going to be one of the bigger controversies going into the award season.
We've got some Better Call Saul in the house.
Today. Hello.
How are you guys?
How are you?
Hi.
Where's Ray? Not me.
He's gone.
We have another cast member.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Fantastic.
Hi, guys. All right. So just if you would, give us a little gossip about the next season, because I know you have some.
Oh.
They don't tell us anything. I don't know anything.
No, I totally know stuff. Yeah.
You do?
Yeah. Things are going to happen. Things are going to happen to her. Things are going to happen to him. I totally know what's going to happen to me.
It takes place in Albuquerque.
It does. It sure does.
It's called season 5.
Yeah. Saul's going to be in it for sure.
Yes.
Well, I think
You guys.
is it safe to say that things get worse every season, and for the characters, the tension rises and things get worse?
I heard mine's just joy.
Yeah,
All joy.
Yeah.
All joy.
Yeah.
I think Howard has like a bunny ranch or something later
Yep.
on, so it's going to be very soft and
We
cuddly.
start a
so-
mega church.
Yeah.
You guys are too much. I'm going to have to let you go on that note because we're just going to have to keep on hanging on for more trivia. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Thank you. So Michelle Yeoh is coming up next, guys. It is a star parade. She looks so gorgeous. I'm sorry that we couldn't bring you more Better Call Saul trivia. That probably wasn't my most pressing interview.
I can't wait to see for Michelle Yeoh to explain her outfit because it's pretty fantastic.
There's a feathered skirt coming our way.
Yeah. And of course, Crazy Rich Asian is up for Best Ensemble Cast. It's very exciting to see these guys actually get their due in this kind of platform. It's going to make the show a lot of fun.
Michelle Yeoh always has the most gorgeous jewelry on. Just to geek out over gemstones for 1 second. She has the best taste in jewelry in the world. Also a very acclaimed actress and wonderful human. Hold on, she's coming to us in 1 second.
And the great thing about Michelle Yeoh being here, of course, is that there was a lot of expectation for her around award season. To see her really stepping up and sort of centering Crazy Rich Asians, one of the most respected Asian actors working, it hasn't quite turned out like that this award season. Certainly not with Oscar nominations either. So it's nice to see the cast getting celebrated here, Michelle out here, celebrating a phenomenal box office hit, but also a major, major cultural event.
Hello, nice to see you. You look stunning.
Thank you.
So we have so much to talk about. We're actually live with the USA Today audience. What has this phenomenon, known as Crazy Rich Asians, been like for you, coming full circle now to awards?
It's been quite a ride. We prayed and hoped that it would be a huge success. And I think here being nominated at the SAG Awards, we are a success. Not just at the box office, but as a truly good movie.
Now, I know that a lot of your fans were disappointed when Crazy Rich Asians was not nominated for a Best Picture. What was the cast talking about on that day with each other? How did you feel?
I was crying. No, there are so many amazing movies out there. And of course, we all hope that our movie will be the special one. Well, maybe if there are more movies in the same category, we could have been there. But you know what? It only inspires us to work harder. We'll get there.
Now, I know that you loaned a certain ring of yours to production for the first film.
Yes.
For the second film, do you think you'll open up your own jewelry box again, or are you just going to leave it to them?
Well, if necessary, the box is open.
And is there anything, I know that you had a lot of strong opinions about how your character was presented in the first film. You wanted to make sure that she had a lot of humanity to her, that she wasn't just a cold mother. So I'm curious how you want to expand upon her a little bit more in the sequel.
Mm-hmm. Well, when we started with this movie, I really wanted her a homage to all the mothers that I know really, really well. And I've lived in Singapore and Malaysia and Hong Kong, so I know a lot of these incredible women, and I would like to see them. But I think in the sequel, I would like to explore more on the heartaches behind this amazing facade of everything that is glitters is not always so beautiful.
And just lastly, before we lose you, I know that you are starting up on a new Star Trek spin-off show on CBS All Access.
Oh yes, Section 31.
For those of us who are totally geeking out over this. Can you just like spill a few breadcrumbs about what we can expect?
Oh, I think you'll expect.
Will you be playing?
Oh, well, I play Emperor Jojo. It's her adventure. It's her spin-off. And as you know from season 1, she comes from the Mirror universe. So she is badass. So we are hoping with the new spin-off, it's much more fun. Because, you know, you never know where she's going to take you on what wild ride. Because she's so unpredictable.
Do you have more fans coming up to you right now for Crazy Rich Asians or Star Trek?
Do I have more what?
Fans coming up to you, like for which projects do you have more fans?
Well, both. When I thought, oh, they're all coming up for Crazy Rich Asians, suddenly they'll go like, I had like the Prince of Jordan do the Empress hail to me. And you're going like, oh my God, Prince Faisal just did that. So, you know, and I'm so privileged because it attracts audiences from both sides. One so powerful from the Trekkie world, from the TV world, and then from the movies, which I've been part of for the last 30 years.
Thank you so much. It's so lovely.
I need to ask you a question, if I may. First of all, I need to find out about the dress. It's so much fun. I mean, what's going on?
Thank you. This is designed by Elisab, the amazing Lebanese designer. When I saw it, I was like, you know, LA, our work should be about fun. You know, it's about love, it's hard work, but at the end of the day, let's have some fun with it.
And those feathers staying intact thus far. It's amazing.
I'm trying very hard. People don't like pull my feathers out.
I just finished Jackie Chan's autobiography, which I read.
You read it?
Yes, I did. And in it, he gave you great praise and said that you completely could hold your own on a martial arts level. What was that like to read that? I assume you read it.
I'd kick his ass if he didn't say that. And he knows better. No, we're such great pals and we work together, so we understand the level of commitment we both are willing to go to. So I love him for saying that.
Well, I hope to see some of that, more of that action in Crazy Rich Asian next time.
Oh yeah, that's what we're going to do in Crazy Rich Asians.
Yes, fair enough. Thank you so much. Enjoy tonight. It's wonderful.
You guys, girl crush. So I know that Darren Criss is coming by soon. At least I hope so. I also, I see him way down yonder. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm just like Michelle Yeoh. I could talk to her all day. She's the most elegant, wonderful woman. But that emerald ring that I referenced when I was talking to her, the chance of giving the Constance Wu, that was her ring. That was her emerald ring that she like loaned to production. I'm sure they made a copy of it, but good taste. Oh, I'm going to open up so you can see a little bit more of the red carpet. I spy Henry Golding.
Oh, wow. Look at that. We got some fun outfits.
In a gold tux.
I love her dress, by the way. I just love the whole Elisab thing going on.
I love when Brian talks fashion. Makes me so happy.
We're doing very intensive media, celebrity relations, even on the fly. This is what it's like on the red carpet. A lot of it is dealing with the people that are coming through, people you want to talk to, people who want to talk to USA Today. So it's kind of a cut and thrust.
Up real quick because we've got a very handsome Michael B. Jordan coming through.
What is going on? What's he got on the shoulder?
We've got Sterling K. Brown right behind us right now. So Shangela, who was in A Star Is Born, in the bar scene with Lady Gaga, is about to walk up. I'm really excited to talk to her.
It's a great scene in the movie.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite parts of the whole movie, is when she sings La Vie en Rose in that club. It's incredible.
Yeah, and once again, Star Is Born up for Best Ensemble and for SAG Awards, so it's very much the belle of the ball here.
Hello, I'm Andrea from USA Today.
Hi, Shangela. Good to see you.
So good to see you. We have so many questions about A Star Is Born.
Let's do it.
Can you, if we were a fly on the wall when you guys were shooting those scenes in the bar, what was it like to work with Lady Gaga as she was about to go into her La Vie en Rose moment?
Oh my gosh. Well, you know, I was so excited to have the lines, one, to be able to introduce her and have this role that's kind of like her pseudo drag mother in the bar. So if I was a fly on the wall, honey, I'd be like, ooh, again, do it again, because it was like a free Gaga and even Bradley Cooper concert in watching them do the takes.
And so what, like between takes, was it a relaxed vibe or was it kind of like just contained?
Well, let me give it to you, okay? It was something that you dream of. Because, you know, between takes, actors could go to their trailer and be like, I'm going to do that. Not Lady Gaga, not Bradley Cooper. They were so engaged with the people on set. It just made you feel at home. It made you feel like, you know what, I'm excited to be a part of this project, but I feel like I am truly a part of this project. So it's amazing. And to see the film now, I'm like, whoa, yes, hallelujah.
I will leave you with this. What is it like to hear her sing like 5 feet from you?
Girl,
most of us can't afford those tickets.
Trust me, I'm from Paris, Texas. I haven't always been able to afford those tickets either. But now to see her, and during the takes, she was singing live and doing everything. It was like front row tickets, so a free Gaga concert. How about that?
And I know you're wearing Christian Siriano.
I am. I'm in a full-on Siriano fantasy tonight. I'm so thrilled. He's so talented and generous, and I'm kind of just happy to be here.
Thank you for stopping by. So nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you as well. Hallelujah.
You guys, I would have given anything to be in that bar when that was happening. Anything. All right, I see Mahershala Ali coming down the carpet. I wish I could show him to you, but hopefully we'll be able to snag him for you. Of course, he stars in Green Book, but he's also in True Detective. He is the new lead of True Detective. And much like, he had to get into like some totally old man makeup for True Detective, and I kind of want to ask him about that.
Glenn Close is right behind you.
Oh yeah, Glenn, let me see if I can get Glenn Close for us. Hold on.
And of course, Bill Pullman is over your right shoulder as we speak. So as the sun is setting here in Los Angeles, we're in the final moments of the red carpet. This is when it gets a little.
Is it final moments already?
Well, you know, it's sort of like.
It's close to final.
You can feel the energy just kind of picking up as people are starting kind of working their way into the ballroom.
I'm doing some real crowd recon at the moment. Forgive me.
There's Milo Ventimiglia. Wow, that's a dress, man.
These skirts are no joke. I just saw Gemma Chan walk down the carpet. She's got this amazing, long, tufted white skirt on, and people kept stepping on it, and I could see her like being like, "Excuse me."
Yeah, Michelle Yeoh sort of brought this up, and another thing to look out for when you're observing from the side is the potential people stepping on other people's dresses. It's sort of like, especially around this time, you really have to watch where you're walking. I've had a couple of incidents where you're kind of walking. I have stepped on people.
Who's? I'll tell you who I stepped on if you tell me. You go first.
I can't. I didn't know who it was.
I stepped on Jane Fonda's skirt once.
All right.
I hope she never remembers.
I was actually backstage at the Oscars and stepped on, this is true, Daniel Day-Lewis's foot as a piece of machinery was walking by. I stepped directly on his foot, on his left foot.
How'd he take it?
He was very stoic, very stoic. He's
such a gentleman.
Yeah. I guess you couldn't really scream because it would have been on the broadcast, but he didn't say anything about it afterwards.
I'm telling you, those skirts are dangerous, and you'll see publicists like once you go inside, and they're carrying their clients' skirts. It's kind of like a wedding. Like you need help to do anything, to go to your seat, to go to the restroom. It looks beautiful, but it is hazardous to wear these beautiful ball gowns. Hang on one second. We have John David Washington from Black Klansman walking right this way. Oh, we have John Krasinski and Emily Blunt, pink and green, one of our favorite award season couples right now. They are just crushing life. It's true. It's the only way to put it.
We've got a little. Bradley Cooper is here, and where's he? Bradley Cooper is paying his respect to the Oscar statue right now, making his way down. There's John Krasinski saying hello to our fellow servicemen with Emily Blunt. Very much the couple of the hour. Between the three of them, those are 3 SAG Award nominations. But I can tell you that Emily Blunt is fully. What did I say? Okay, well, and she is very, very pink in true Mary Poppins Returns mode. So she's definitely far more Mary Poppins Returns than Quiet Place in her ensemble going on.
What I've noticed, they've been doing some excellent couples matching. So at the Globes, they wore the black and white, and they looked really good together. And now I like the green and pink. I don't know if you can see them. I'm going to try to give you a glimpse. I'm telling you, by the end of the show, you'll just see a mad dash down the red carpet. And you just have to kind of like wave, hope for a wave. Oh, Emma Stone is right here. I'm going to give you a quick peek. Wearing pants. I haven't seen Gaga yet, but that doesn't mean she's not here, just because I have a kind of a limited view sometimes. But it really is just the biggest star.
How cool Sam Elliott was.
He's so cool. I want to have a chicken dinner with him.
Yeah. Did you get any good secrets out of the?
Oh, he just said chicken. Like, I don't know why, but I want to know if it was like roasted or barbecue or like beer can chicken. You know, it's just that appeals to me.
And I'm so happy I finally got to ask him about that scene where he backed up. It was as good as
I've had to listen to Brian talk about this scene.
for months. Part of the movie.
All right, we're going to do a quick peek around to see who we can bring over before the show starts. But again, tonight is all about the ensemble prize. It is all about who their fellow actors think deserves the equivalent of a Best Picture because of the team of actors involved in the film.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's why it doesn't completely compare. And as a result of that, you just go straight in with the actors. There's no Best Director. There's no visual effects. There's no editing effects. It's all about the actors.
So just so you guys, just to recap, A Star is Born, Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, and Crazy Rich Asians are all up for Best Picture, Best Ensemble, Best Picture.
Yeah, this is continuing the ride of Bohemian Rhapsody. I mean, for anybody who thought the Bohemian Rhapsody winning Best Picture at the Golden Globes was a fluke, well, here we are as Best Ensemble at the SAGs, and of course, amazingly well, up for Best Picture at the Oscars. You know, this movie, for all its problems, firing the director, the trouble and all the creation of actually getting this movie off the ground, and here we are. Oh.
You guys, it's Mrs. Maisel. Rachel Brosnahan, nice to see
you. Thank you. You too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So who are you wearing today?
This is Dior.
Is it okay to still ask fashion questions? Because I still like talking about fashion sometimes.
Like to know, but other questions are good too, as long as it's not only focused on the fashion, and we have to ask the men what they're wearing too.
That's very true. I was asking your co-star, Michael Zegen, about...
What he's wearing?
Actually, I don't think I asked him what he was wearing. But I was asking him about season 3. And I know you guys, I think you go back this summer.
We go back this spring. We're going back so soon. I can't quite believe how soon we're going back.
Last year you guys got to go to Paris. Do you have any idea if like international travel will be involved this time?
I have no idea. I've heard that certainly some travel will be involved, where you got some idea that Midge is going to hit the road with Shai Baldwin at the end of season 2. But I'm looking forward to figuring out where or how or when we might travel, but only Amy knows.
So we're asking everybody this question. When you were trying to make it as an actor, what kind of side gigs or hustles did you have just to pay the bills?
Yeah. So early on, I helped paint baby burp cloths for a woman that I babysat for.
That's a new one.
Yeah, I got paid like $6 an hour to paint say that 5 times fast, baby burp cloths. And I worked at Abercrombie Kids, and I was a waitress and a hostess.
What were you the best at and the worst at?
I was not great at painting baby burp cloths. It turns out I'm not great at painting inside the lines. I was never a visual artist. I was good at hosting and waitressing. I actually really enjoyed it. I liked meeting all the people. And I waitressed in New York, so figuring out where they came from and what they were doing there. I worked at a very strange 24-hour French restaurant, so we saw some interesting characters late at night.
I'm sure that'll factor into the show at some point.
All right, final question is, you did mention hosting Saturday Night Live. What did we not see on camera that might have almost gone wrong that you flawlessly pulled off?
Not me, but it is the most well-oiled machine I've ever been privileged to be thrown in the center of. The costume changes are lightning speed. One of their wonderful costumers would grab me by the hand, pull me backstage into this tiny little curtained room, rip my wig off, rip my clothes off, and put new clothes and a wig back on me. And they told me that the order changes so much of the sketches that I would literally only know what sketch I was in by what costume I had on. And I'd have about 20 seconds to figure it out as I was walking out to the stage. It was madness, and I would do it again in a heartbeat if they would have me.
You pulled it off to perfection.
Thank you so much.
And good luck tonight.
You must have Leslie Jones on your show.
Oh my God, please and thank you. She was so phenomenal in a heartbeat, I hope. Amy, where is she? Can you hear me?
Thank you so much. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Rachel Brosnahan tweeted after she hosted SNL that she really wants to find a role on Mrs. Maisel for Leslie Jones.
Kind of fascinating to know like what goes on backstage because it's a live show and things are moving so fast. I did not know that she would not even know the sketch that she was going to be on until she had the costume on. It's kind of
Talk about a feat of improv. I mean, I know that they have cards in front of them with their lines, but still, that's whiplash.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And once again, so great to see her fantastic Mrs. Maisel actually getting the kind of love it deserves at the SAG Awards this year, as opposed to last year, was sort of overlooked. But now they're coming back around.
You know, you should really watch the second season.
I know. Yeah, once again, there's a lot of things on the list.
You guys, thank you so much for watching with us. It's so fun here, and it's actually a little cooler now, so nobody's sweating as much, and the glamour is all around us. Any parting thoughts, Brian?
Well, I'm looking forward to, we're at the point now where people are starting to sprint down the silver carpet to their seats, so we're going to be underway. We'll see how things turn out tonight, who gets the big boost award-wise, and who goes home carrying an Oscar statuette.
And maybe, just maybe, it'll be Crazy Rich Asians? No? Maybe? We'll see. Thank you guys for watching with us.